In the beginning, there was a profound love that existed beyond time, a love so powerful and pure that it brought all of creation into existence. From the vast galaxies swirling in the heavens to the tiniest flower blooming in silence, every detail bore the signature of a divine artist. This divine being, limitless and eternal, formed humanity with purpose, breathing into each soul a spark of life, dignity, and worth. Humanity, crafted in love, was meant to walk in harmony with the one who made them, to dwell in a relationship of trust and intimacy. Yet despite this closeness, the heart of humankind strayed. With freedom came choices, and with those choices came distance. What was once a perfect union became fractured by doubt, fear, and disobedience. The world felt the ripple of this separation. Pain entered the story. Suffering, injustice, and brokenness cast shadows over the beauty that once defined the world. But the one who formed humanity did not turn away. Instead, love sought a way to restore what had been lost. Throughout history, messages were whispered through prophets, through sacred writings, through the movements of nations and kings. These messages spoke of a coming hope, a promise that one would rise to bridge the chasm, to bring light into darkness, to lead the lost home. And in the fullness of time, that promise was fulfilled not through force, but through humility. A child was born not in a palace of gold, but in the quiet simplicity of a manger among animals and shepherds, far from the centers of power. That child grew, not seeking fame or earthly glory, but instead living among the ordinary, walking dusty roads, touching the untouchable, speaking with the forgotten. He told stories that confounded the wise and comforted the broken. He called for love, not just for friends, but for enemies. He challenged the prideful and lifted the humble. His hands, once small and fragile in a mother's arms, reached out to heal the sick, give sight to the blind, and raise the dead. But his mission was deeper than miracles. He came to reveal the very heart of the divine, to show that the Creator was not distant but near, not cold but compassionate. Every word he spoke, every act of kindness, every tear he shed, revealed the nature of the one who had made the world. He did not come to condemn but to rescue, not to dominate but to serve. Even so, he was rejected. The powers of the world saw him as a threat. The religious authorities, those who should have recognized him, turned against him. He was betrayed by a friend, abandoned by followers, mocked, beaten, and ultimately nailed to a cross, an instrument of shame meant to silence and destroy. As he hung there, the sky darkened and creation itself seemed to grieve. But in that moment of apparent defeat, love was doing its deepest work. Oh, he bore the weight of all that separates humanity from the divine. Every failure, every injustice, every act of hatred or selfishness. He absorbed it all. Not out of obligation, but out of unimaginable love. And as he breathed his last, the veil that symbolized separation was torn. The way back had been made, but the story did not end in death. On the third day, the grave was found empty. He rose, not as a ghost or a myth, but in bodily form, walking among his friends, eating with them, speaking peace over their fear. His victory over death was not just for him, but for all who would follow. It was a declaration that the old powers, sin, shame, fear, and death, no longer had the final word. He spent days among his followers, comforting them, preparing them, and commissioning them. He told them that though he would return to the eternal throne, they would not be alone. A helper, a comforter, a guide would come, one who would dwell not just among them, but within them. This Spirit would empower them to live as he lived, to love as he loved, to carry the message of hope to every corner of the world. Since that day, millions have heard and responded. Lives have been changed, communities transformed. The message of love, grace, and new life has crossed oceans, endured persecution, and inspired acts of incredible courage and compassion. Hospitals have been built, the poor served, the oppressed defended, all in response to the example of that humble servant who gave everything. But the journey continues. Each generation is invited to respond. The call is not to religion for its own sake, but to a relationship, a walk of trust, of surrender, of becoming more like the one who gave all. It's not about perfection, but about direction. Not about earning love, but living from it. And still today, that presence can be known. In the quiet of a morning prayer, in the awe of nature's beauty, in the arms of a forgiven friend, in the tears shed over injustice, in the laughter of a child, in the peace that surpasses understanding, he is there, still speaking, still calling, still loving, For those who are weary, there is rest. For those who are broken, there is healing. For those who are lost, there is a way home. It does not depend on status, background, or past mistakes. It is offered freely, a gift beyond measure. The invitation stands. Come as you are. Come with your doubts, your fears, your wounds. Come and be transformed by grace. And for those who accept, a new life begins. Not always easy, but filled with purpose. Each moment becomes sacred. Work becomes worship. Suffering becomes an opportunity to grow. Love becomes the highest aim. Even death loses its sting, for it is no longer an end, but a doorway into eternal joy. This message, ancient and yet ever new, continues to echo. It is not just history, but living truth. It challenges the proud, comforts the mourning, strengthens the weak, and lifts the downcast. It invites all to a kingdom not built by human hands, but established in hearts. In this kingdom, the first are last, and the last are first. Greatness is measured by service. Enemies are loved, the outcast is welcomed, and all find their place at the table. It is a kingdom where peace is not merely the absence of conflict, but the presence of harmony, where justice rolls like a river and mercy like an endless stream. The world still groans, wars rage, hearts break, questions go unanswered. But the promise remains that one day all things will be made new. Every tear will be wiped away, every injustice made right. The lion will lie with the lamb, swords will become plowshares, and the earth will be filled with glory as the waters cover the sea. Until that day, the mission continues. Each act of kindness, each word of truth, each prayer whispered in faith builds toward that coming reality. No deed is too small, no heart too far gone. The invitation remains open to all. And the one who walked among us, who suffered and rose again, will return, not in secret, but in glory. Every eye will see. Every knee will bow, not out of fear but awe, not from compulsion but wonder. The story that began in a garden will find its completion in a city of light where there is no more night and love reigns forever. So now the question remains not what must be done, but how will we respond? Will we cling to control or release it? Will we trust in what we can build or in what has been built for us? Will we live for ourselves or for the one who gave all? The offer stands timeless and true. Come, come and find rest. Come and find peace. Come and be changed. Come and know the love that casts out fear. Come and walk the road that leads not just to a better life, but to eternal life.